Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here again with another junk journal, basically ephemera piece to make, of course, for our junk journals. Or if you want to use this idea for a scrapbooking layout, again, it's paper. You can use it for anything. You can even shrink this down and make it for your cards. But what we're going to show you, or what I'm going to show you today, is a belly band. So we are sticking with those pages, and you can see it's a belly band. We're sticking with those extra book pages that we get when we do an altered book. For those of you that have done that before, you do rip out a lot of pages from a book, and it's a book that we usually get from our dollar store or thrift store. My fear, if I would use those, as part of my collaging or anything else, is, usually we don't know what that book is. We don't know, it's a Stephen King book, or it's this author, or this, to know how their language is set up. So I am always very fearful, extremely fearful, that there's going to be a word on a page, especially when I collage. I do check them out, that's inappropriate, and I don't want anybody to see those. Some would be fine, but again, I do not want to offend anybody. So I like to cover those up, but I don't want them to go to waste. So here is what we're going to make today. Now, if you remember in the other two videos, we showed this tag using the book pages. Again, we can still see the book page, but we are covering it almost completely. And then we made our little tiny pocket, which again will give us one. We can also have a pocket in here. We can also have a pocket in here. And you can see I've just taken this and I am just clipping it to the side of the page, which you can do because then you have a pocket from the side. And if the tag is set right, those tassels can come off out of the side of your book, which is something that I always enjoy. Okay, so I know somebody's probably going to ask, so this book here is kind of like my prototype sample book that I made. This was another binder that my sister had given me, just like the one that I'm using for the Black Swan. And I just fell in love with it. So the insert, when it came to them, it just pulls right out. I mean, there was no effort. It fell out, I'm going to be honest. So I just lined it with some fabric, glued it down. I put 2 signatures, and I put in all the papers that I would use. So this is like a quick way for me to see, oh yeah, I can use that music paper, or hey, here's that acetate piece that I could use, or the copy paper, my vellum, the paper cardstock, the thicker cardstock, just to get a quick view. Hey, these are all of the things that I can make. And then I also put my pockets and my tags in here so that I can reference back to say, okay, yeah, in case I run out of them in my ephemera box to just pull from, I can go through and say, you know what, I haven't made this tag in a while. Okay, yeah, that's how I made that. And I can just go to town. So it's like my sample prototype style book. Does that make sense? Alright, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to set this off to the side just so I can see it. So what we're going to need is those book pages again. Definitely cannot get enough of those book pages. And of course, they were right here. So as soon as I find them, I'll be right back. Oh my God. And we found them. Yes, they were right in front of me. So you can see I folded them up as if they were going to be pockets. So it does not matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to fold this a different way. And I'm just grabbing my inks. Can't believe I don't have those in front of me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and first what I want to do is I want to rip this center piece. Now I'm going to do that with my metal ruler. I just want to take this edge off just a little bit. And I do it so much better with that ruler. I wish that was jagged. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to fold it up a little bit. I don't want to go all the way up to the top, but I just want to go up just a little bit. And then I'm going to come in, I'm going to fold up one more time. So I'm going to have this raggedy edge going along my book page. Now, what I want to do right now is I do want to ink this. And I'm just going to ink it along the edge. I'll come back and do the sides and everything else. I do want to get this edge though. And now I'm going to come in on the longer one. All right, and now I'm going to come in on this fold. So that when we fold this, you can see those three edges. Now, of course, I've got to have the trick of covering up the words. And I'm going to go through, I'm going to go down that as well. Okay. So you can use pattern paper for this. You can use your digital downloads for this. What I'm going to use is, this is paper that I got in one of my Amazon shipments. It's like a paper bag paper, but it's not. Well, now what's awesome, it's perforated, so it's actually sheets. This is awesome. So I saved this. I know. And it was the perfect width for these. I'm just saying. Just saying. Now, I could keep it like this. Now, I would see the ends, which is fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm first going to, I want to ink up the edge. Just to get some color on that. And again, it's not as thick as a bag, a paper bag, but it's not as thin as tissue paper. It's very odd. Very, very odd. All right, so I'm just going to put some glue down just to get this to stick down. All right, now what side did I ink here? Here we go. So I'm just going to lay that right up onto the edge, and I'm going to try to center it, but I'm not going to go too crazy. Again, making sure that those words that you're seeing are fine. Then I'm going to come around and I'm going to fold it up. And then I'm going to come in, because I have more of a base, I'm hoping this will work. Can you tell I like to tear paper? So now I'm going to come in with this. Oh, that was beautiful. And now I'm going to put glue down on this. Okay. I'm going to come in with my bone folder again just to get this straight. I've got some great tears there, and now I'm just going to put a thin line down on there, and then I'm just going to put a thin line down here. Now you can keep them open if you want, because they could, you know, be different pockets as well if you want. But I do like to close them up. Now, what's also good to know is, as I'm getting glue all over my thing here, is when you put it in your book. Now, this is a 8.5 by 11. You can see that I'm going to end up trimming it at these ends anyway. So this book page, but just in case you do make a longer one, or maybe you want this to be even down here and you want that to come off the edge, it would be your choice. And you would be able to make that decision once you have it all set. So now it's time where we get to just dig into our stash. So I'm gonna rip that, and then I'm gonna tear that because I can put that there. I'm gonna look at my laces, and again, this is perfect for scraps. So I'm gonna come in. I have a nice piece of music paper here, so I can actually put that there. I can cross that there. I like that. Looking for a piece of lace. Maybe. This is going to have a complete ivory undertone. I'm kind of liking that. Now I could actually, and I think I am, I think I'm going to take this. Now this I'm going to keep on the brown strip. And I think, yeah, I'm going to glue that. That would look pretty just like that. But that's okay. Just going to put some glue down. And you know, this is very good glue, the Aleene's Tacky Glue. You just have to remember that it is a high water content. So it could, if you use a thin layer of it, it won't buckle your papers too much. Because you can see, I'm not getting hardly any buckling with my papers. Alright, so let's ink these up. This one may be a nice short video for you, but now I said that, I'll probably get gabby, because you all know that I do like to gab. I hope everyone's doing okay out there. Hope you're able to create or just try to enjoy this time, so to speak. I mean, I know it's very challenging, very much so. needed to get my buttons there. Because I'm thinking I'm going to put that there. And I do want to put that there. And I think I'm just going to put a few buttons here. I would like a piece of burlap, I think. No, you know what? I think I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to put that one like that. Okay. Yeah, this one's going to have a nice neutral undertone. But I do hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. Also to your family as we continue to go through this experience. But I will say this, what I am seeing, and it brings a smile on my face. I don't want to cover up those words there. I'm seeing families go for walks. I am going to use my Fabri-Tac. No, I'm not. I'm going to use this. I am seeing more families walking together, which I think is awesome. I think we were missing that, or that got lost. I'm going to put that right there. And there you go. You want to make another one? Let's make another one, because that went pretty quick. All right, so I'm going to set that aside to dry. So again, same thing. I'm going to grab a piece of book paper. And the edge that was torn out of the book, I like that edge. I like to keep that edge. So what I'm going to do is the next edge that I'm going to come in with is going to be somewhat straight. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to ink this up. And again, whenever you can tear something, tear it. You know, it's what adds the interest to your page. If you do, and again, I always say this, you do not have to tear your page. You can keep them straight edged. I mean, absolutely, that is a choice that you can do. Me, I find tearing paperwork very therapeutic. So that now when I pull this up, I now have those 3 lines. And you can see I folded it. I made sure this was a little closer to this and this was a little bit out. You can change those depths that you have. So now I'm going to come in with, now what's cool is I do have that torn edge, which is fine. I do want to come down the edge with my blending tool. And I'm going to put some glue down. And I'm going to set that down, and I'm going to come close up to that edge. I'm going to flip this. I'm going to bend it right along there. And again, you don't have to do this step. Again, it's all what you want to do. So I'm going to come in with the ruler that I can work with now. And I'm going to, oh my goodness, really? And I'm going to pull up on this. Yes. And then I'm going to ink that edge up as well. And now I'll glue this side back here first. And now I'm just going to put a thin bead down each of these layers. Just to hold them in place. And again, you can leave it just like that. I like to add things. Let's make this one a little more colorful. Going through my laces here. I have a big box filled with them. Oh, and I like that. Oh, yes. This is just a lace that I think I got at my local Michael's, I think. It's a local craft store. So this I'm just going to put just a little squiggle of glue. That's a technical term. And now I'm going to place that down. Oh, I love that color. And let's see. What else do I want to add? How about this time we'll do a small piece of book page or dictionary page. And let's grab, that is a really pretty, ooh. I could add one of my thingies. My ink smush things. Why not? Matter of fact, let's cut up that. Let's cut that edge off. What I can do is I can just put that there and then put this on top of it. Okay. This paper is very thin. So I can put that there and then put that there. All right, so let's get this down first. Kind of like the idea of that sitting, you know, creating what I refer to as a focal point. So again, I'm just adding pieces. Trying to see what would that look like. Nah. But we can certainly. I just dyed that down. That was a lot of white going on there. Add some buttons. Don't want to add that big of a button. We can add some small ones. I like that one right there. And then that'll dry. Oops. I'm throwing buttons again. Oh, you know me. Everything's got to be in threes. There we go. Get these away, or else I will be throwing these around the room. Just like I am now. Got a couple going on the floor there. Oh, there it is. So there you go. Just a couple of quick belly bands that you can make for your junk journals or your cards or your scrapbooking pages, or anything else that you can think of. As you can see, I'm trying to grab my book here. So again, on a regular size page, we'll trim those, probably those edges, or again, if you want it, just trim one and you would still have it come up off the top. It would be a great way to have something hanging out of your book. I'm always for them. So again, just a different way to create them. Again, I do like those torn edges, and I'm loving this paper, which I think adds a lot. Again, you don't have to use this. Use your pattern paper, use your cardstock, use other book pages or anything else that you may have. You know, feel free. That's the beauty of it. Have fun with these, and I hope you make them for your junk journals. So I do hope you enjoyed these. I think that's I may have one more project, but I doubt it. But yeah, those were the projects that I came up with using these extra book pages. So again, I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope I gave you some ideas of things that you can create. Or if you wanted to use these, by all means, enjoy. That's what this is all about. Again, I just basically use scraps, but I'll have some of the other videos that I've seen for belly bands, if I remember to do this. I'll have those linked down below. I hope everyone's enjoying their day. If you have any questions, leave those down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Again, stay safe, stay healthy as we continue to go through our challenge right now. But remember what's most important for me, and it truly does and is helping me through this. Always be creative. Till next time, guys.